Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the update for yesterday, which was Friday, the 5th of June, here in the year of 2026. So, for the 5th, for Friday, I was back at the Roadrunner School. This was the same school that I have been at the last couple of days, working at, as a matter of fact, with the same group of fourth graders that I've been at with the last couple of days. And today was an excellent day of school. All right. First off, I got quite a good behavior day. And, um, this group can be quite energetic. And so, getting a quite calm, smooth day, I'll take the victory. But also touching back to a couple of days ago when I spent like half of my update talking about the phenomenon of one of the districts I'm involved with having a bunch of these random half days scattered throughout the year. Um, well, this was one of those random Friday half days that I was talking about. And there are a whole bunch of them scattered around over the course of the year, 10 or 12 of them, something to that effect. And as a matter of fact, one thing I was going to mention that particular day and then forgot to include there, but also makes a difference. With the early release days being kind of scattered all over the place, and there being a fairly significant number of them, I imagine this gets kind of confusing for parents. Based on, well, one of my colleagues at the store has a student attending one of the buildings in this district, and pretty much every time that there is one of these, you know, yeah, she has to make some arrangements and juggle things around and whatnot to make this happen. And of course, with store scheduling having to be like 3 weeks out, this type of thing is hard to keep up with, I would think. And so, and I feel for every time this comes up. And, but yeah, so that's the thing. But this was one of those Friday half days. And so the students departed at just after noon. I think it's 12:10 is dismissal time there on a half day. Now, but this is not the only reason that this was an interesting day. Also, this was what they called the volunteer tea, where, I mean, it's exactly what it sounds like. Grown-ups who have volunteered at the school throughout the year. We're about 2 weeks from the end of school now. They get celebrated in it's quite literally a tea. I think they have some donuts and things there too. And so they did this thing where basically the classes had been learning a couple of short songs and music that they then circled around the entire library, which is the center of the school at this school, and sang these couple of songs, including one of them was the Golden Girls song, "Thank You for Being a Friend," which is kind of a cute little touching thing, and so neat moment that you're kind of glad you're there for. And another actually quite neat thing that happened during this particular school day is that well, it turns out that this day, Friday, in most years would be the last day of school for the 12th graders, the graduating seniors. For a bunch of stuff that will take way too long to explain, this particular district is like spent most of the school year like a week a week, 8, 9, 10 days behind a couple of the other districts. But they couldn't really just change the date of graduation. So this one year, seniors are expected to attend a week of school technically after graduation. And that seems weird. And I'm curious what attendance is going to be like. And if teachers are going to be like required to give like a gigantic final exam or something to get them to attend those last 5 days. I'm not sure how I would feel about wanting to or about having to attend 5 more days of school after literally graduating. But anyway, this day was originally scheduled to be the seniors' last day for this school year. And this is the first time that I've seen this done at this particular building, but basically they loaded up some schools do a thing where essentially graduating seniors that attended there can come and visit their elementary school that they had attended, like right before the end. And so another one of the schools that I talk about somewhat, the Fox School. I know that they do this. I'd never seen the Roadrunner School do this before, but and honestly, I don't know if this is like first time thinking, but anyway, first time I've seen this occur at the Roadrunner School, and so with this, basically, the graduating seniors come and they walk through the school. As a matter of fact, the same path area where we lined up for the volunteers. You lined up the students to basically clap and applaud for the graduates. Now, I don't know if it was amazing how many there were. I personally expected there to be, the 100 or so, 120-ish, I believe, were in a class. 100 to 120 were in a grade level there during that era. Seemed like there were more kids walking through there than that, but still, such a neat event, and the high school that the Roadrunner School feeds into, they actually have some really kind of brightly colored, like grad swag stuff, like the hats are like a bright blue, like this, and they had cords that look like this. Some of them, I think these were like honor cords or something, and little tassels that were bright blue and white. Honestly, the school had some pretty cool colors. And honestly, it just so happens that a few days ago, while digging through some stuff up in a room that I'm renovating, I actually found my graduating cap from that same exact high school that those kids were visiting from, who are graduating this year. And I also found my invites and pictures and stuff to that effect as well. I'll save those for another time because honestly, this day shouldn't be about making it about me. This time should honestly be about those folks that are graduating right now. And when I say that, I literally mean right now. As I'm filming this, it is actually 7:20 p.m. on Saturday the 5th. I'm sorry, Saturday the 6th, which I looked on that school's website. Their graduation was at 6 p.m. This evening, and if I remember mine correctly, 25 years ago, if I remember mine correctly, it ran about 90 minutes, which means that for those graduates that we saw walking through, and by the way, I've been subbing now long enough that I would have actually had most of those kids that walked through at least in 4th and 5th grade. And, wow, that's an amazing thought. Anyway, So with that, congratulations to that class of 2026, and thanks for joining me, everyone.